Okay, a tiny video just to show you how to get started with Python for the Begin to Code with Python book, which is mine, all mine. I'm reading from a proper copy, which I have in front of me, page 6 and 7. If you go to, then we'll do the Python for Windows PC installation process and just see if it works. I have a brand new, clean, shiny machine here in front of me. No Python, no nothing. 3ws.python.org /downloads / bang. So this should go off and get the Python download page, and it can't be found because I missed out the G. You're probably a better typist than me, at least I hope you are. Let's try that. Are we happy now? We are. Okay, so now we're going to get the download. I'm going to get the most shiny new version, which is this one here. So I'm going to hit the download Python 3.6.5 and see where we go. I'm turning over to page, next page, and it's, hang on, what's it doing? It's doing nothing. There we go. What do I want to do with it? Well, according to the book, it says we should hit the run button, so we will. There you go, hit the run button, and down comes all of it. It gets a quick scan, as you might well do, and then in a moment it will say, do you want me to run this? I would think we might get some messages. This is a virtual PC, by the way, which means it's running inside my own big main PC, and this means it tends to go a little bit slowly. Okay, so now if you look very carefully, this is the screen in the book. I'm getting the 32-bit version. That's fine. Hit the add Python 3.6 to path. That just means that commands like pip and whatnot will work for you. If you hit that and then hit install now, let's do that. Boom. Then we should get the installation to rattle, and at the end of it, it will come back. And oh, but before that, I have to say, yes, you can make changes to my device. I have no fear. Python's fairly trustworthy and a lovely language. So there you go. In a minute, this will tell me that it's finished, but in the meantime, I have to watch some progress bars because if I think about it, I must have spent years of my life watching progress bars. Progress bars and finding parking spaces. That's the other thing. Progress bars and finding parking spaces. What else? I don't know. Waiting for the kettle to boil. Maybe at the end of your life you get to sort of relive all those bits, but actually maybe not the progress bars bit. Although the nice thing about progress bars is that they give you the feeling you're achieving something because a bar is moving while actually you're doing nothing, which I really rather like. So certain amount of rattlage. It isn't a huge installation. The process is broadly similar on Unix boxes and whatnot. You just click on the different buttons you can see on the page just behind the setup progress box. But I'm doing the Windows one because I've had questions about Windows installing, and I thought I'd do that one first. If you want any others, then send me an email. Ask me very nicely. I'll have to find a machine that runs that operating system, whatever it is. But I promise to have a go. So you're getting a fair amount of software for your money, and of course all of this is free. There are paid versions of editors and whatnot that you can download. Take a look in the book for more details on things you might like to have a go with. I'm quite a fan of Visual Studio Code, which is a free text editor which you can use with various different plugins to work with different languages and editing frameworks. There's a very, very good one for Python. It's actually in one of the chapters further down the book, but for now I'm just going to install the standard Python. If you want to know what TCL/TK support is, that's the windowing system, which we cover in one of the later chapters, that lets you make programs that look almost but not quite exactly the same as the Windows type desktopy ones with buttons and icons and whatnot. And it seems like it's quite a big install because it's rattling away like crazy. And here we go, the Python launcher, the Python pip bootstrap. Oh, it's all good stuff, isn't it? Bootstrap, by the way, is a word that comes from the phrase pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, which is apparently a motivating call to action. And what it is basically a little program that loads a bigger program that loads a bigger program that loads Windows. And that's why we say computers boot, because it comes from an abbreviation of Bootstrap, which is how they used to describe the process of getting yourself going from a brand new, empty, shiny computer with nothing in it to a machine with an operating system that works and is doing things for you. So not only have you learned how to install some Python on your computer, which is a good thing, you've also learned what Bootstrap means, and you're also in the process of learning just how long it can take. How many other words to say here before the installation finishes? I think in the book I say it runs for a few minutes. I want to keep it going to the very end because there's a little button you want to press right at the end to do with path lengths, which can cause little problems with programs. Earlier versions of Windows had file systems which were limited in how long the names of their files could be, and this can cause problems when you start putting programs into the bottom of large numbers of nested folders. So if you have a very long file name, then that can actually cause languages like Python and sometimes Visual Studio to become unable to find files and work correctly. You tend to get errors about this, but sometimes programs just don't work because the paths are wrong. And so yes, here we go, perfectly timed. I hit disable path limit, and that then configures your system to actually allow longer paths. Once that's done, I can hit close, and my Python system is now installed. If you don't believe me, and my goodness, why should you? If we go into here, hit the start button, and we search for idle, which is kind of like a lifestyle choice for me, and I do that, it should find the idle environment and let me run it. Oh, it's searching on Bing. That's not what I wanted. Perfect all the way to the end when it failed. So if I now go down here and I have a look for Python, here we go, Python 3.6, there's idle. If I hit idle, that will now start up the IDE and I can start writing my Python programs and running them. And that's taken 7 minutes, about 5 minutes longer than it should have done, but I hope it's going to be useful to you. And now I'm going to hit stop. There's a few more of these little, there we go, it's all come up. A few more of these things, one about how to install Pygame and one more about how to install Snaps. So find the rest on the YouTube channel. It's all good. My name's Rob Miles. Thank you and good night.